Thank you so much. Thank you. It's an honor and a privilege to stand in front of you today. My name is Emmanuel Tuombe. I'm originally from Rwanda. Rwanda is in East Central Africa, 8,000 miles from where I stand here today in Memphis. It's a small country, 4 times smaller than Tennessee. It is a beautiful country, filled with mountains, valleys, great people, and a great culture. Sometimes it's called the country of 1,000 hills. To me, Rwanda is one of the wonders of the world. And that's where I first developed my passion for engineering. But Memphis is where I've lived for the last 14 years, and where I chose to make my home and to start my business. Today, I'm going to share my testimony. But more than that, I'm going to share 2 main points that I've learned while building ABES Engineering. Number 1, teach me how to fish instead of giving me a fish. Thank you. Number 2, the power of business. I became an entrepreneur because I had the passion to build a successful business of my own. However, I lacked the knowledge of how to do it. I didn't have role models, mentors, or people in my immediate circle to learn from. I recognized that someone teaching me how to fish was much more important than someone giving me a fish. Teaching me how to grow and run successfully a business was more important than simply awarding me a project. And that's what I've received from the city of Memphis. In the last 7 years, ABES has grown from a 1-man firm to 12 employees today, thanks to the support I received from the city of Memphis and many other great partners. Thank you. In 2018, the mayor, he launched the 800 Initiative program to build the capacity of 800 minority firms so that they could transition from lifestyle businesses to scalable businesses with employees. I enrolled in the program, and that's where I learned how to fish. I learned that to grow my business, I needed to have a clear vision of what I wanted ABES to be. I learned that you can have a profitable business but still go out of business if you don't manage your cash flow, because cash flow is the lifeblood of the business. I learned how to build operational system to support ABES growth. And I learned something else. I learned how to craft an elevator pitch. If you have only 30 seconds to pitch your business to investors, what would you tell them? I didn't know this. So I went back to the drawing board and learned how to craft an elevator pitch. I was very eager to start implementing what I was learning. So I started reaching out to different city officials. I see some of them here. Director Connect, give a hand for him, And I reached out to different engineering firms, including Allward. I see Brother Michael Hook in the house. Give him a hand. I reached out to different engineering firms, including Fisher Arnold, Hazen and Sawyer, Bucahorn, and many others. I received a lot of feedback from city officials, and I kept learning. I started fishing, but wasn't catching many fish. In the beginning, ABES proposals were not selected for contract. And I'll go ask for a debrief and feedback so that I could learn how to improve our proposals for the future. And then, in 2021, we caught a big fish. ABES proposal was selected as a prime consultant among 20 engineering firms for the on-call contract for the city of Memphis for the next 5 years. We were so happy, we celebrated, we danced, and you can check our celebration video on our website, www.abesengineering.com. As I kept implementing what I learned from the 800 initiative, I started seeing a lot of success for ABES Engineering. If you go on our website, you'll see the video. I was recognized as a game changer entrepreneur by the White House. Yes, I was into the White House. I didn't believe it until I found myself standing where Abraham Lincoln once stood. I didn't believe it until I was in John F. Kennedy's room and sitting on his chair. And I didn't believe it until I was walking in the White House hallways, discussing with different government officials how to increase minority participation in federal government contracts. And when I was in the White House, I knew there was something bigger than myself. I was representing the 800 initiative. I was representing the city of Memphis. And more than that, I was representing entrepreneurs like myself who have few opportunities but still make the most of what they have. So in the 800 initiative, we learned to quiz people. They quiz me a lot. I'm going to quiz you. What do you think was my proudest moment as an entrepreneur? Number one, winning the city contract. Number two, going to the White House. I want to see with a show of hands those who think winning the city contract was my proudest moment. Okay, I see some hands. Who thinks going to the White House and being recognized as a game changer entrepreneur was my proudest moment? Lift the hands. Okay, I see more hands. Thank you so much. My proudest moment as an entrepreneur was not winning the city contract, even though that was a major milestone. It was not going to the White House, even though that was beyond my imagination. It was when I realized the power of business. That business is the key solution to our community problem. You see, crimes, drugs, and many other issues have a direct link to the lack of opportunity and lack of mentorship. When someone has nothing to lose, they can do crazy things. When someone is struggling to meet their basic needs, they will do anything to survive. From the 800 initiative, I learned the benefit of finding the right people and building a strong company culture. As a hired employee, I started meeting with each one once a week. We discussed 3 key points. What have I done? What will I do? And how can I improve? During our one-on-ones, I give each employee feedback, but they also give me feedback on how I'm doing. And then it was during one feedback session that I learned that one of my employees was experimenting with recreational drugs. I talked to him about the issue. However, because of my relationship with him, I didn't talk to him as his employer. I spoke to him as a concerned big brother. I told him that I saw a bright future ahead for him, but that he could ruin it with his behavior. He committed to change. During a later one-on-one, he hugged me, thanking me for showing him genuine concern as a person, not just as an employee. He changed, and now he's on the right track. We still meet, but now we are celebrating the number of months it's been since he made the change. I hope soon we'll be celebrating the number of years. He told me that he's now able to deal with his challenges better than before. That's when I realized why I'm an entrepreneur. It's beyond building a successful business of my own. It's beyond winning contracts. And it's beyond going to the White House. It's to create a business that can have an impact on people's life. And I thank the city of Memphis and all our different partners for empowering us. And as you mentor us, we'll be mentoring others. And as you teach us how to catch big fish, we'll be teaching others how to fish. And as we win more contracts, we'll continue hiring more employees and continue making a positive impact in Memphis and beyond. You have truly taught me how to fish, and I thank you so much. Thank you for everything.